Hey, I'm ZSH Plays. Welcome to Asia at Bellemont Zoo. We're travelling from the forests of India all the way to the plains of Mongolia. It's our second completed area in the zoo. Let's check it out. Alright, here we are. This is the start of the Asia section, just next to our beautiful butterfly house here. And the way the Asia section works is it takes the guests on a journey all the way through Asia. We start down in the south in India with the elephants and the rhinos, and we go north to Pakistan and the Markhor, then through the Himalayas past Pallas's cat to China and the Takin, and finally all the way north to Mongolia and the Przewalski's horse. The first thing you see is the elephant habitat, so let's go and check that out. This is the first large habitat that we built in the zoo back in episode 3. It's had a lot of work done on it since then. So we've got this sign here with the bamboo behind it to announce the habitat. You can already see the elephants off in the distance there. We've got our little Ganesh statue here. And then the elephant house itself has recently had a big upgrade, courtesy of my friend Robin Bird. You can see it off in the distance there. And here it is. Got a really big habitat for them here. There's some new fencing there because I decided that the area for the bull elephant, which is separate from all the cows here, needed to be larger. So their share of the habitat is a bit bigger than it was. I'll show you that when we get around to there. This is what the guests would see. There's an access path down here which leads into the staff area. Let's check that out. So back on the other side of the butterfly house, that's the boundary of the zoo there. You can see the city in the background. We can go down here, through these gates, and into the elephant holding area. There's a load of new detail here that Robin Bird built. It looks absolutely amazing. We've got a Jurassic Park style pile of dung there. And just some random items. I love these doors that she built. They're really cool custom doors. If we go in here, there is an amazing little staff area in here. Just look at this. The amount of detail in here. It feels so lived in. It's so realistic. It's amazing. There's a keeper hut behind there. Little access keypad here leads us into the actual inside of the elephant barn. This is the exact building that we built back in episode 3, just with loads of extra detail added onto it by Robin. It looks absolutely amazing in here. If we head back on over to the guest part, you can see our baby elephant here. I think he's 7 years old now. It's been a while since we built this habitat. I love how you can see the houses in the background. And yeah, just really pleased with this one. It's definitely the best elephant habitat that we've built on this channel. And we've got some theming along here as well. And you can see the back of the Indian rhino habitat there, which we'll be visiting in a minute. And then this path here takes us along the whole habitat, so you can see the view. Elephants can use their enrichment items now, thanks to the redesigned house. And that's really cool. And coming up, we've got a fork in the path, where the guests can choose where to go next. To the right is the rhinos and the rest of the Asian area. And then to the left is the part of the habitat reserved for the bull. I think we can just see him over there. It's a nice little patch of forest here. So I've decided to hide a butterfly exhibit in here. So if we get lucky, we should be able to see some butterflies flying around. There's a couple on the plant there. There's one. And then over here, we can see our bull elephant. So his part of the habitat is extended up to these fences here now, which gives him quite a lot more space and more of a reason to go over towards the left, as well as all this space here. I'll show you this in a cinematic when the elephant's in the right position, but this is probably my favourite view in the whole zoo, with the Austrian style houses in the background. I just think it's really beautiful. That's the main reason I built the zoo in this way. Alright, so if we carry on around here, we've got some vending machines. These were built by Iben on Bro Nation. Just put them in a little Indian style kind of shelter to keep them dry. And then we progress around here. So to the left here is the pathway that takes you into the Central Asian part of this area, which we'll be exploring in a bit. You can see it down there. But we will follow the path around this way and go and check out the rhinos. Got the Amazon house in the background there. So all of this stuff here is new. I built all of this week to get ready for the tour. We've got a staff access path between the two parts of the Asia area there. And then if we turn around here, we get the Indian rhino. So this is all based on Tiergarten Schönbrunn in Vienna. We've got the suspended viewing platform with a huge tree and all the flags coming off it. And then there's seating for the guests up here. And as you get up here, you get a view, there he is, of the rhino and the elephant habitat at the same time. So you can see both the animals. I think that's a really good view. He's very active today. He's going into his mud bath. No, through his mud bath. Maybe he's going for some food. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, really pleased with how this one turned out. It's quite tricky getting the viewing right so that you can see the rhino and you can see the elephants, and mainly the guests aren't visible. You can just see their heads there. But I think that works really nicely. Away down here, we've also got some indoor viewing for the rhino. That's just away on the right here. You get quite a glimpse into the Eurasian steppes area there. But if we get round to here, then there's a pool for the rhino on the inside, some steps going down into it, and a pretty good view into their indoor area. And that is the Indian part of the Asian area. Now if we take this path down here, we'll get into the Central Asian part of it. You always need at least 2 entrances into any area in a zoo, preferably more than that. But obviously what you can't do is have 3 separate, massive, impressive entrances. So whilst you can get in by this way, we're going to go in via the main entrance to the Eurasian part of it, just to get the full effect. So we start off with these big horse statues here. These are influenced by some architecture I saw in Mongolia. And we've got these stupa, which are like little shrines. Well, not that little, in the background. And these are all around the area for theming. And first thing we come to is a big paddock for Przewalski's horse. And that's kind of framed by the more mountainous habitats at the back for the Markhor and the Takin. Big kind of sea of grass effect I wanted. It's a really big paddock, so we could certainly have grass in here. Horses aren't going to eat all of it when the habitat is this big. There's 4 Przewalski's horse in here at the moment. And we've got a yurt over there as well for theming. This area of the zoo is primarily influenced by Prague Zoo, especially their Przewalski's horse habitat. They had a big role to play in the reintroduction of the Przewalski's horse to the wild after they went extinct. So I've taken a lot of inspiration from there. If we go into the yurt, this is taken directly from that zoo. We've got like a photo display of the animals. So Przewalski's horse in their habitat here. And then as we move around, we've got them in one of the other zoos they're bred in, Tekton Zoo. And then finally, out in the wild. Really like that. Let's make our way round to the Markhor now. Oh wow, one of them's using the mountain already. Cool. So another mountainous habitat design so you can see it from back in the Przewalski's horses. We've got some baby Markhor in here now as well. These guys breed pretty quickly. There we go. A lot of rock work, some little shelters. These guys are cool. I saw them for the first time IRL a couple of years ago at the Highland Wildlife Park, and they are really impressive, especially the males. Not sure where the male is at the moment. Oh, there he is, right there. Those horns are amazing. And if we go around here, around the back of the horses, we head up to Pallas's cat. So we've got some access on the right here for the keepers so that they can get down into the horses and the stable for them there. And then here, we've got the Pallas's cat habitat. So a big modern aviary style habitat here. This is one of the most recent builds in the zoo. They've got a pile of rocks there that they can play on, a little burrow that they can get into. They've got a couple of the kittens down there. They're so adorable. And then there's a water course in the middle of the habitat with a little waterfall and some stepping stones and logs and stuff so they can get over it without getting wet. Although they don't seem to mind getting wet. Look at them all running across there. There's another rock pile in the background. And this would be a pretty high budget habitat, this. Probably a bit too high budget for Pallas's cats, to be honest, but I really like them, and I wanted them to have the best possible habitat. And finally, we come round to the last habitat in the Asian area for the Takin. Again, we've had another baby boom here. I think we've got 3 little Takin in at the moment, along with the adults. And this is designed very similarly to the Markhor habitat, just a bit less mountainous. Hello. Yeah, a nice little end to the area. Get a nice view over the whole area here. This is the secondary paddock for the Przewalski's horses in case they ever need to be separated. And you can see the rest of the zoo in the background. We've got quite a big empty area there, which we will be filling pretty soon. And that is Asia at Bellemont Zoo. Now, I'm sure it hasn't escaped your attention that we have a new DLC coming for Planet Zoo very soon. So we will be back on this channel very, very shortly indeed for a brand new video with a brand new animal. As always, I can't tell you when that's coming out, but I'm sure you know the drill by now. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you to those of you who have joined the Explorers Club. Hit the join button on the channel if you want to see your name up here, and I'll see you again very soon for some more Planet Zoo.